Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our cozy corner of English stories. Today, I want to share a tale about something many of us forget in our busy lives, the art of slowing down. So find a comfortable spot, take a deep breath, and let's begin. In a small, bustling town named Evermore lived a young baker named Leo. Evermore was famous for its fast pace. People walked quickly, talked quickly, and even ate quickly. Leo was no different. He was known for making the most delicious bread in town, but he made it at lightning speed. His hands moved in a blur, kneading dough, shaping loaves, and sliding them into the oven. He believed that faster was always better. More bread meant more customers, and more customers meant more success. His bakery, the Swift Loaf, was always crowded. Customers would rush in, grab their bread, and rush out. They loved Leo's bread, but they never stayed to chat. The bakery was efficient, clean, and fast, but it lacked a certain warmth. Leo was proud of his speed, but sometimes late at night, when the ovens were cool and the last crumb was swept away, he felt a strange emptiness. He was successful, but was he happy? One sunny afternoon, an old woman with kind eyes and a slow, deliberate walk entered the Swift Loaf. She wasn't from Evermore. She moved with a gentle grace that seemed entirely out of place in the hurried town. She watched Leo work for a while, her head tilted with curiosity. "Young man," she said, her voice soft like a gentle breeze. "You are incredibly fast. But have you ever truly listened to your dough?" Leo paused, a half-shaped baguette in his hands. "Listen to my dough? What do you mean?" "It's just flour and water," the old woman smiled. "It's much more than that. It's alive. It has a story to tell if you only take the time to listen." Leo was intrigued. No one had ever spoken about bread in this way. The next day, he decided to try her advice. He woke up an hour earlier than usual. Instead of rushing, he moved slowly. He measured the flour carefully, feeling its fine texture between his fingers. He poured the water in gently, watching it pool and soak into the flour. When he started to knead the dough, he closed his eyes. He focused on the feeling of it beneath his palms, the slight resistance, the growing elasticity. He imagined the yeast waking up, the gluten forming its intricate network. For the first time, he wasn't just making bread. He was interacting with it. He heard the soft sighs of the air bubbles and felt the dough's subtle rhythm. It was like a quiet conversation. The process took twice as long as usual. He made half the number of loaves he normally would. When he opened the bakery, he was nervous. He expected his usual rush of impatient customers. The first person to come in was Mrs. Gable, a schoolteacher who was always in a hurry. She picked up a loaf of his new, slowly made bread. She paused. "Oh, Leo," she said, "this smells different. It smells like home." She paid for her bread, and for the first time ever, she stayed for a moment, just breathing in the warm, comforting aroma. Throughout the day, the same thing happened. Customers came in, and instead of rushing out, they lingered. They commented on the wonderful smell. They noticed the beautiful golden crust and the soft, airy inside of the bread. The bakery was filled with quiet chatter and happy sighs. People weren't just buying bread. They were buying a moment of peace. At the end of the day, Leo had sold out, just like always. But this time, it felt different. He had made less money, but his heart felt full. He looked around his small bakery, which now felt warm and inviting. The emptiness he used to feel was gone, replaced by a sense of connection. He realized the old woman was right. By slowing down, he hadn't lost anything. He had gained everything. He had discovered the soul of his craft. His bread was no longer just a product. It was a creation, filled with care and attention. From that day on, the Swift Loaf was renamed the Hearth. Leo continued to bake slowly and mindfully. His bakery became a sanctuary in the bustling town of Evermore. People came not just for the bread, but for the experience. They learned to slow down, to savor the moment, and to appreciate the simple joy of a perfectly baked loaf of bread. And Leo, the baker, who was once the fastest man in town, became the happiest. He learned that the true art of living, much like the art of baking, wasn't about speed. It was about pouring your heart into what you do and taking the time to enjoy the journey. The rhythm of the town began to change, too. Inspired by Leo, people started to walk a little slower, smile a little more, and find joy in the small, quiet moments of their day. They learned that sometimes the best way to move forward is to take a moment to stand still. Thank you for listening. I hope this story reminds you to find your own moments of stillness in a busy world. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe for more cozy stories. See you next time.